Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly capture someone's attention while others fade into the background unnoticed? It's not just about looks or luck. It's about knowing how to create a genuine magnetic connection. The truth is, attraction isn't built on tired compliments or empty lines. It's about unlocking deep strategies that spark real curiosity and leave a lasting impression. Imagine having the power to make anyone you talk to feel intrigued and captivated by you. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. As the legendary Will Rogers once said, "You never get a second chance to make a first impression." And trust me, this advice isn't just a cliche. It's a golden rule that can completely change the way you connect with others. Number 1, the first impression. The first impression starts long before you even say a word. It begins the moment you enter someone's presence. The way you hold yourself, the energy you bring, the mysterious aura you exude, and the way you make someone feel are the keys. The trick is to strike the perfect balance, create intrigue, offer fun, and leave them wondering about you. Imagine this. You meet someone, and after a brief chat, they can't stop thinking about you long after you've walked away. That's the power of a memorable first impression. And it's not about being perfect. It's about being authentic, confident, and knowing how to make them feel something. Stick around, because I'm about to reveal the ultimate connection tactics that will make you unforgettable. Step 1. Embrace humor. Think about this. Mark Twain once said, "Against the assault of laughter, nothing can stand." Humor is the key to breaking barriers, especially in social settings. It's not just about making someone smile, it's about instantly putting them at ease. A well-timed joke or playful remark shows you're confident, witty, and comfortable in your own skin, and that's incredibly attractive. When you're able to get someone to laugh, you're doing more than just brightening their mood. You're creating a deep connection. Humor helps you bond and builds rapport quicker than almost anything else. For instance, imagine you're at a gathering and you crack a lighthearted joke that has everyone in the room laughing. That person will remember you, not just for your appearance, but because you made them feel something. The next time you meet, they'll feel that same warmth and connection. Humor breaks the ice like nothing else can. Step 2. Master playful teasing. Playful teasing is a game changer when it comes to attraction. It's about creating a lighthearted back and forth where you playfully challenge each other. For example, you might say something like, "I'm not sure you're smart enough to keep up with me," followed by a wink. It's not about insulting them or being mean. It's about gently showing that you're not easily impressed and that you can keep things fun and interesting. Playful teasing shows that you're confident enough not to be swept away by someone's charm right away. It keeps them on their toes and creates a unique chemistry that most people don't have the guts to try. Imagine teasing someone about how they always order the same thing at a coffee shop, or playfully questioning their taste in movies. It's light, it's fun, and it instantly sparks a connection. But here's the secret. You have to do it with finesse. If you cross the line and make someone feel bad, you've lost them. The key is to keep it light, flirty, and always with a smile. When done right, playful teasing is one of the most magnetic and engaging things you can do in any conversation. Avoid predictable compliments. Let's face it, predictable compliments are a dime a dozen. How many times have you heard, "You're so beautiful," or "I love your smile"? It's not that these compliments are bad, but they're overused and lack real impact. People don't want to hear the same old lines. They want something that makes them feel truly seen. Instead of focusing on their appearance, offer a compliment that's personal and shows you're paying attention. For example, you could say, "I've never met anyone with such a unique perspective on things," or, "You've got this amazing energy that I can't quite put my finger on, but I love it." These comments show that you're not just focusing on their looks, but on their personality, their vibe, and what makes them stand out. You're subtly letting them know that you have higher standards and that you're not just another person who will tell them they look good. You're looking deeper, and that's what really intrigues people. Create a memorable dynamic. Here's where it gets fun. Imagine you're talking to someone and you casually say, "You know, you and I probably wouldn't work out, right?" It sounds like a rejection, but it's actually a playful and unexpected way to create chemistry. You're not rejecting them, you're playfully challenging them, which instantly makes the conversation more dynamic. This type of interaction keeps the energy high and the mood light, making both of you feel equal in the exchange. It's not about you chasing them or vice versa. It's about creating a space where both of you can enjoy the conversation and playfully banter without anyone feeling too much pressure. This approach works because it shows you're confident enough to treat them as an equal, not someone to be idolized. You're also signaling that you're not going to fall for the first charming thing they say. This builds an air of mystery and keeps them wondering about you. The beauty of this dynamic is that it's not over the top, it's subtle, but it creates the perfect tension that leaves them wanting more. Why it works. The push-pull dynamic. Playful teasing creates something powerful. The push-pull dynamic. You show interest, then you pull back just enough to keep them intrigued. It's like playing a game of cat and mouse, where the mystery of not fully revealing yourself keeps them guessing. They begin to wonder, do they like me, or are they just having fun? And this is what pulls them in. It creates curiosity, and the more they think about you, the more they become invested. The beauty of this dynamic is that it makes them want to keep coming back for more, trying to figure you out. Build trust through laughter. Here's something most people don't realize. The person who can make you laugh, even when you're having a tough day, is someone you're more likely to trust. Why? Because it shows emotional intelligence. It's about being resilient in the face of challenges, and that's a quality people find deeply attractive. Imagine someone cracks a joke just when you need it most, lightening your mood and making you feel understood. It creates a bond that goes beyond surface-level attraction. When people can laugh with you, especially in vulnerable moments, they're far more likely to open up to you and trust you. And that trust is the foundation of any meaningful connection. By embracing humor and playful teasing, you're not just making an impression, you're building an emotional connection that has the power to last. You're showing that you're not just another face in the crowd, but someone who knows how to make people feel valued, appreciated, and excited to be around you. So, embrace these tactics and watch how they transform your interactions. The next time you walk into a room, you'll have everyone's attention not because you tried, but because you mastered the art of genuine connection. Number 2, the power of mirroring. Have you ever noticed how sometimes, when you're talking to someone, your movements and theirs seem to sync up perfectly? It's like an invisible connection is happening without either of you even trying. You both lean in at the same time, adjust your posture in perfect harmony, and suddenly, it feels like you're in tune with each other. That's the magic of mirroring. But it's not just about mimicking each other. It's about creating a deep, subconscious bond that draws people closer without saying a word. Picture this. You're in a conversation, and as the other person leans forward, you naturally do the same. There's an unspoken connection, a magnetic energy, that forms in that instant. The beauty of mirroring is that it's subtle, almost like a silent dance, where you and the other person become effortlessly in sync. Oprah Winfrey famously said, "If you want to connect, lean in." That simple gesture isn't just about physically leaning closer. It speaks volumes about your interest, your engagement, and the bond you're beginning to build. Mirroring goes beyond the obvious, though. It's the tiny, delicate movements that make the biggest impact. A slight tilt of the head as you maintain eye contact, for example, is a small gesture that screams, "I'm here, and I'm fully engaged in this moment." You're telling them you're listening, that you're present, and most importantly, that you care. Contrast that with glancing around the room or looking over their head, which can instantly communicate disinterest. It's all about showing them that they matter and you're focused on them. Researchers have studied this phenomenon in great detail and discovered something fascinating. Even the smallest movements, like a quick nod or a slight twitch of the lips, can create a subconscious feeling of closeness between two people. These micro-synchronizations happen so naturally, our brains don't even register them, but it's in those tiny gestures that we feel most connected. It's as if your brain is saying, "This person gets me," even when you're not consciously aware of it. And honestly, isn't that what we're all searching for? Someone who truly understands us, who connects with us on a deeper level. So next time you find yourself in a conversation, try this. Mirror the other person's actions. Lean in when they lean in, nod when they nod, and tilt your head just slightly to show you're actively listening. It's a simple trick, but it can transform the dynamic between you and the person you're talking to. And the best part? It's not about copying them. It's about reflecting back their energy in a way that feels natural and effortless. It creates a sense of closeness that will make your interactions unforgettable. Number 3, reverse the rules. Now, let's turn the tables and talk about something that can truly make your interactions stand out. Reversing the rules. Think about this. You're having a conversation with someone who is clearly interested in you. There's a bit of mystery, a touch of tension, and you can tell they're intrigued by your presence. But here's the secret. People love a challenge. Not the kind that makes them uncomfortable, but the playful, exciting kind that keeps them on their toes and keeps the interaction fun and flirty. By subtly flipping the script, you can make them want you more. For example, instead of simply agreeing with everything they say, throw in a playful line like, "My mom warned me about people like you ones who totally take advantage of me." This playful twist not only adds a fun, cheeky tone to the conversation, but also shifts the power dynamic. Suddenly, they're the ones who feel like they need to win you over, turning the chase into a game. The key is to keep it light, never crossing the line into anything too serious or uncomfortable. Another way to reverse the rules is to engage in a playful challenge. Let's say someone's talking about their love for baking, and they mention how great they are at making cakes. Instead of just agreeing, you could say something like, "You're going to have to prove that. I'm not sure I believe you. Show me what you've got." This isn't about insulting them or putting them down. It's about creating a fun, engaging dynamic where they feel like they need to prove themselves in a playful, flirtatious way. And timing is crucial here. If the conversation is light and fun, this kind of comment will be received with laughter. But if the mood is tense or formal, it can feel awkward. So make sure the atmosphere is right. This playful push and pull creates a sense of mystery and excitement. It's a little like building chemistry. You need both tension and relaxation. Imagine saying something like, "I bet I could make a better cake than you." And instantly, you've created a small challenge, a playful competition. This builds interest and keeps the conversation lively. Now, they're invested in proving you wrong, which makes the interaction much more engaging. Dr. Helen Fisher, a renowned anthropologist who studies relationships, explains that playful competition triggers dopamine, the feel-good chemical in your brain. It's why flirty banter works so well. It keeps things exciting, creating an emotional roller coaster of highs and lows. This natural, playful tension will leave them thinking about you long after the conversation ends. But balance is key. You're not trying to make them feel inferior or less than. Instead, you're showing that you're confident enough to joke around and keep things fun while still maintaining a sense of mutual respect. It's a delicate dance of flirtation that builds chemistry and makes both of you feel more connected. So, the next time you're talking to someone, ask yourself, will I go along with everything they say, or will I introduce a playful challenge that keeps them engaged and intrigued? How will you balance fun and tension to create that irresistible chemistry? Number 4, let your eyes flirt. Now, let's talk about one of the most powerful tools in your connection toolkit, the power of a glance. It's incredible how much can be said with just a single look. Before even speaking a word, you can communicate a world of emotions with your eyes. Whether you realize it or not, your eyes are constantly sending signals that show interest, attraction, or even disinterest. Eye contact is your silent communicator, your secret weapon. And when you master the art of using it, you'll be amazed at how quickly it builds rapport and connection. People are incredibly perceptive, and often, long before you speak, they can tell whether you're interested in them just by the way you look at them. That brief moment of eye contact can speak volumes, conveying more than 1,000 words. So the next time you're in a conversation, don't underestimate the power of a look. When you lock eyes with someone, even for a moment, it can create an instant bond that words just can't capture. The eyes don't lie. Unlocking the power of eye contact. Have you ever locked eyes with someone and felt an instant spark? It's fascinating how much our eyes can communicate our confidence, our curiosity, our hidden emotions, all with just a single glance. But here's the real secret. It's not just about looking, it's about controlled eye contact. There's an art to it, a subtle balance between drawing someone in and keeping them intrigued. You want to hold her gaze long enough to show interest, but not so long that it becomes uncomfortable. It's about creating a connection that speaks louder than words ever could. Imagine this. You're in a grocery store, casually browsing the aisles, when your eyes meet hers from across the space. You pause. You hold the gaze for a few beats, allowing that tension to build before flashing a warm, confident smile and then gently looking away. It's a small moment, yet it says so much. It's like sending a message out into the world, I see you and I'm intrigued. That simple glance sets the stage for something much deeper. What makes eye contact so mesmerizing is how it sparks curiosity. As humans, we're naturally drawn to the unknown. There's something magnetic about not revealing everything right away. When you look into her eyes and then break contact just at the right moment, you're opening a door just enough for her to wonder what's behind it. That fleeting moment of mystery makes her want to know more. And let's face it, people, especially women, are wired to be intrigued by a challenge. They don't want to be handed everything on a silver platter. They want something that keeps them on their toes, something to puzzle over. Here's where the magic truly happens. Timing. The instant you break eye contact, you've left her wondering, why did he look away? Was he interested or not? That small fragment of uncertainty creates intrigue, making her think about you long after the moment passes. This isn't just a theory, it's backed by behavioral psychology. Studies show that eye contact can trigger the brain's reward system, increasing feelings of attraction and connection. Albert Mehrabian's research tells us that a staggering 93% of communication is nonverbal. That means your eyes are doing most of the work long before you speak a word. And that's the beauty of it. You don't need to say anything to create tension, intrigue, and even chemistry. Mastering the art of eye contact is about more than just catching someone's gaze. It's about sending signals that you're present, confident, and interested. It's about making her feel something, making her wonder what's going through your mind. And trust me, people pick up on these subtle cues more than you think. Every glance, every shift of your eyes speaks volumes. It's a dance of connection that's felt more deeply than any words can express. The power of eye contact lies in the mystery it creates. It's not about overwhelming her with attention. It's about leaving just enough hanging in the air for her to lean in closer, to crave more. As the great Will Rogers once said, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. And with eye contact, you've got the perfect tool to make that first impression unforgettable. Sometimes, you don't even need words to captivate someone. Just one glance, a slight pause, and a bit of mystery is all it takes to spark something electric. Have you ever stopped to think about how much power lies in a single look? It might just be the most underrated skill you'll ever master. Number 5. Push and pull, the ultimate weapon. The push and pull technique is like the secret sauce to creating excitement and intrigue in any interaction. It's a delicate dance of showing interest, then pulling back, giving just enough to keep things thrilling, but never too much. Imagine it like a game of emotional tug-of-war, where you're stepping forward to show your affection and then taking a step back to keep her guessing. This dynamic keeps the interaction playful and, more importantly, keeps her wanting more. Here's how it works. You tease her with lines like, "You're a danger to my sanity," or, "The way you smile. You're making things difficult for me, you know that?" These playful jabs don't just make her laugh. They create a tension that makes her wonder about your feelings. You're not saying, "I'm totally into you," but you're giving her enough of a hint to make her wonder if maybe, just maybe, you are. The push and pull creates a constant ebb and flow, a back and forth rhythm that leaves her intrigued. But here's the hidden art of push and pull. It's about creating an emotional roller coaster. 1 minute, you're pulling her in with warmth and interest. The next, you're creating a bit of emotional distance. This unpredictability triggers dopamine, the feel-good chemical in your brain that gets released during moments of emotional highs and lows. It's what makes roller coasters so exciting, and it's the same chemical reaction that happens when you keep her on the edge of her seat. People, especially women, are naturally drawn to unpredictability. It keeps the connection fresh and exciting. Now imagine this. You've been showing just enough interest, but then you pull back slightly, maybe with a playful comment like, "I might have to keep my distance," or "I might like you too much." Now she's hooked. She's wondering, is he interested or not? Why is he pulling away? This dynamic creates emotional highs and lows that spark her curiosity and make her want to know more. It's like planting a seed of doubt that only makes her more invested. Mark Twain once said, "The secret of getting ahead is getting started." And when it comes to push and pull, it's about getting the emotional dance started in a fun and respectful way. The key is to keep things light, fun, and positive. You don't want to overdo it. If you push too hard or pull too far back, it can feel like disinterest. But if you strike the perfect balance, you'll create a connection that's hard to resist. Push and pull isn't about manipulation. It's about creating a dynamic that keeps things exciting and keeps her thinking about you long after the conversation ends. The real magic lies in how you can add just the right amount of mystery and tension, making the interaction something she'll remember and crave. Number 6, create a stir, then disappear. Ever noticed how the best shows always end on a cliffhanger? They leave you hanging, making you want more. You can use this same technique in your interactions. When things are going great, when the connection feels strong, when the laughter is flowing, that's your cue to create a little bit of suspense. Don't wait for the conversation to slow down or get awkward. Instead, take charge and leave at a high point. You could say something like, "I hate to cut this short, but I have to run. Let's pick this up soon." This isn't about ending the conversation completely. It's about leaving her wanting more. By stepping away at the right moment, you're creating curiosity and leaving the door open for the next time you meet. People are naturally drawn to what they can't fully have right away. This sense of anticipation triggers excitement and makes her eager for the next interaction. By controlling the narrative and leaving a little mystery in the air, you're making the conversation unforgettable. As psychology shows, anticipation is a powerful motivator. It's what keeps people coming back for more. And just like the best cliffhangers, you'll leave her thinking about you long after the interaction ends. The key is to leave her on a high note, so when the next moment comes, she's already excited to see you again. After all, as the saying goes, always leave them wanting more. Number 7, the exquisite power of a simple touch. Have you ever stopped to think about how much power lies in something as simple as a touch? It's incredible how deeply we can connect with others through the subtlest of physical gestures. Touch isn't just a physical action, it's a language in itself. We're hardwired to read it with an astonishing level of accuracy, up to 83%, according to studies. So consider this. When you touch someone, what message are you sending? Is it the comforting brush of your hand, the firm confidence of a handshake, or the softness of a playful nudge? Every touch tells a story. In the realm of flirting and connection, there's a simple yet powerful rule, the 5-15 rule. It's so easy to integrate into your conversations. Aim to touch the other person 5 times over the course of a 15-minute chat. It could be as light as a nudge or as meaningful as a hand on the back during a laugh. When the timing is right, even the smallest touch can amplify your words and pull someone closer, creating an intimacy that goes beyond mere conversation. Let's dive deeper into this, because here's where it gets fascinating. The 3 H's of intimacy: hands, hips, and head. These are the territories where touch becomes a language of its own. Picture this. During a conversation, you're laughing at something they just said, and your hand brushes theirs. It's light, effortless, but the warmth that travels through that simple touch, instant connection. Or imagine guiding them through a crowded room, your hand lightly resting on their lower back or hip, gently steering them while showing you care without saying a word. It's an act of attention and protection, and it speaks volumes without a single sentence. And then there's the head, the ultimate sign of closeness. This isn't just about playfully ruffling someone's hair or giving a friendly tap on the shoulder. It's about creating a unique sense of intimacy, a bond that feels tender and genuine. Touching someone's head, even in small ways, adds a layer of comfort that's hard to replicate. Whether it's brushing their hair back, tapping them on the shoulder in a moment of shared understanding, or even leaning in to gently nudge their head in playful camaraderie, The act conveys a deep sense of familiarity and affection. It's an unspoken message that you're close, you care, and they matter to you. Now I want you to pause and ask yourself, what message am I sending with my touch? Think about it. How often do you stop to reflect on how a simple gesture can shift the entire energy of a connection? A subtle touch, when done with thoughtfulness and care, can turn a regular conversation into an emotionally rich exchange. It's not about force or over-enthusiasm sometimes. The smallest, most understated touch has the most profound impact. It's the elegance of simplicity. Mastering the art of touch isn't about making grand gestures or overwhelming someone. It's about being attuned to the subtle power of your hands, your touch, your presence. When done right, you're not just saying, I'm interested. You're conveying, I see you, I care, I value this moment with you. That kind of authenticity has a magnetic power to it. It builds trust and connection in a way that words sometimes can't. So next time you're talking to someone, don't just focus on what you're saying. Think about how your touch can elevate the conversation. It's the small things that create lasting impressions. Imagine the possibility of making someone feel more comfortable, more seen, and more understood, all with a simple touch. To wrap it all up, the beauty of these connection tactics lies not in games or tricks, but in real, genuine engagement. It's about confidently knowing how to communicate, how to make someone feel truly valued, and how to create an emotional resonance that builds attraction and trust. When you use these techniques with authenticity and care, you're not only creating attraction, but fostering something deeper, meaningful connections. And remember, authenticity is the most powerful tool you have. That's what makes you stand out. If you found these tips helpful and intriguing, don't forget to show your support by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, sharing your thoughts in the comments, and hitting the notification bell so you don't miss out on more insights. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.